When browsing the gallery, make sure to check Include Custom Content to see all of my creations. Hello everyone! I'm back! Finally! It's been a long while since I've actually had the opportunity to record a video, but I'm here with another Sailor Moon CAS video. Though I promise it's not the same. Well, I mean, it kind of. Okay, before I get hung up on tangents here. I think, like almost 2 years ago at this point, I've created a whole other Sailor Moon CAS series where I use Silver Moon Sims custom content, so they're like all in their transformation uniforms and with their brooches, you know, the whole shebang. If you watch Sailor Moon, you know what I mean. This time around, I actually created a version that, first of all, very cute. Dare I say, I think they came out really well. And they're also MAXIS match, so they don't have the transformation outfits. All of the outfits that they have were inspired by the 90s anime and everything. However, they fit into the aesthetic of the game. They're like casual, you know, hence the title of the video. For your convenience, I've actually compiled a whole Tumblr list with every little piece of CC that I used in every single one of these characters. It's linked in the description below, so if you want to go ahead and check that out. I'm not going to list the CC that I used individually in the description box. Description box, if you didn't know, actually has a character limit, and I'm not going to be able to fill it all up. So I made a Tumblr blog post. As I said, it's listed by character, so if you're only interested in a few or just one of them, you can do that and just go to the character that you are interested in, or if you want to download them out, you can also do that. I don't know if you can tell, but I've actually recorded this intro about 4 times at this point. I'm so out of practice with recording YouTube voiceovers that I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. And it's a little awkward. Not gonna lie, I feel a little bit awkward. Anyway, in order not to have this video be 40 minutes long, you know, like my other Sailor Moon series, I've only included 2 outfits per character in this video, but don't worry, they're all dressed. I've dressed them in every single outfit category in the game that there is. If you go over to Tumblr and you check out the blog, you can see all of the outfits that they're wearing. But for the sake of the video, I only included 2. One of them being their everyday outfit and the other one being, I don't know, like either a party outfit or a casual outfit. One of them, and I'm including pictures of the 90s anime that I've been inspired by while creating the outfits. So you can kind of see where the inspiration is coming from, and you can see, I don't know, that I'm staying true to the character. In the background here, you can actually see me creating Usagi. You know what's fun? I don't know if I've mentioned that in my last series, but I probably have. The German name for Usagi Tsukino is actually Bunny. For some weird reason, they changed her first name from Usagi to Bunny, but they left the Japanese last name? There are a lot of things in the German version of the Sailor Moon series that don't make any sense to me, and I'm pretty sure I've ranted about some of them in my old Sailor Moon series, so I'm not going to do that now. Don't worry. My goal with these characters this time around is actually to make them look about as MAXIS match as they can get. I mean, obviously they don't look like your regular Sims that EA would generate into your game, but I think they fit very well into the aesthetic and they don't stick out, especially because of like the wild hair and, you know, their shiny transformation outfits, which I love them, don't get me wrong, that's why I created my old series, but I felt like they weren't playable in the sense that, you know, it's sticking out. Like Alpha CC. I'm just casually shaming Alpha CC users. I'm sorry, MAXIS match is superior, okay? You can't convince me otherwise. I was thinking of actually creating like a lot for them, kind of like the Silver Millennium, but like more suburban casual, if that even makes sense. I don't know what I would picture under that description, but I would have come up with something. However, I'm not that experienced of a builder. Oh, speaking of buildings, I actually have something coming up in that department. I made my first speed build, so look out for that. But yeah, I'm really not that experienced as a builder, so I didn't think that would be a good idea, but I was tempted, maybe sometime in the future. I think I even considered doing that in my last series that I made, that I wanted to create the Silver Millennium, which I very much do want to do. I just know my capacities as a Sims 4 builder, and they're not great. So I'm probably gonna hold off on that for now. Anyway, with the character creation, I've actually been trying to stay within the color palettes of their characters. So for Usagi, all of her outfits are very frilly, very cute, bunny-inspired, and pink, most importantly, definitely the pink. I've actually had a lot of fun creating Usagi's outfits, because even though I don't actually dress like that in real life, I usually wear black, pink is still probably my favorite color, especially like the pastel pink color. So putting all of these cute outfits together and like really incorporating her cutesy, clumsy kind of personality. It was a lot of fun to do. As for their aspirations, I've also, as you might have guessed, tried to stick with their character that was already established in the manga and the anime. I'm not too sure how they are, like how they differ in the anime. I'm more like the 90s anime type of kid, so I took that as inspiration. And I'm pretty sure for Usagi, I'm not sure exactly because I haven't memorized it, but for her I've picked Clumsy, Soulmates, and something, probably Glutton, as her character traits and aspirations. Unfortunately, something that I didn't realize until I started editing the video is that I don't have any footage of me actually creating Ami's second outfit, which is a shame. So the only one that is showcased in this video is her everyday casual outfit, and I don't have the other one, which by the way is very, very cute. I'm very sad that I didn't manage to actually record that. I don't know what happened. I guess my brain just kind of lapsed when I did that. But as I said in the beginning of the video, on the Tumblr post, all of the outfits are photographed and linked, so you can go and look at that if you want to see what her outfits look like, and I think they actually came out really cute. For Ami, I stayed within, like, as you might be able to guess, in a blue kind of color palette, but also like kind of pastel-y and more shy. Like she's not dressed as extrovertedly as the others maybe, because I didn't feel like that would fit her character very well. But I think the outfits that I came up for her are very, very nice and really fit her character, and I'm actually really happy with how her outfits came out. As far as technical information goes, I've made them teens. I was actually contemplating maybe making them young adults, but I decided against it. Because in the anime, I think they're around 14, 15 by the end of it, maybe a little bit older, but they start out at 14 if I'm not completely mistaken. Technically middle school, if you think about it. Needless to say, I didn't feel comfortable dressing them in really risque type of clothing, so I made sure that like the lengths of the skirts and the dresses were appropriate. Something that I should mention before I forget is that actually after creating this household, I've actually went and created Luna and Artemis in cat form this time. They will be on the gallery separately, but they will go live as soon as this video is live as well. So when you see them, both the Sailor Moon household and the Luna and Artemis cat household separately will be available on the gallery for download. I'll include the custom content that I used on the cats in the description box below, so you can go down and check that out, because I used the crescent moon on their foreheads, which is a custom content piece. And because I made them separately, they're not listed in the Tumblr blog post. So yeah, my apologies for the inconvenience. I should also let you know that there may be a few custom content pieces that aren't listed in the Tumblr post. If so, they're only like one or two, because I was very, very thorough. I made sure to include everything that I could possibly find. I even went and used Sims 4 Tray Importer to track all of the custom content that I used in this household. But there may be one or two pieces that I wasn't able to locate, either because the link was dead, or because the post was removed, or because I legitimately just couldn't find the custom content that I had used. I apologize for that. I know how annoying that can be, but I did my absolute best, and 99% of the stuff that you see in the video here that I have used, you'll be able to download separately or all together if you go and check out the Tumblr post and click through the CC lists. As for Rei, I've dressed her predominantly in red and black because I thought that really fits her personality with the fiery abilities and her fiery personality, although she's also really withdrawn and kind of a loner, and I think I gave her the loner character trait as well. Don't quote me on that. As I said, I don't actually remember what I gave them. You can see it for yourself in the gallery. But yeah, I actually found this pantsuit that I've never used for some reason, even though it's a really great piece of custom content, and I slapped it on her formal, which you can't see in the video, but you will be able to see it in the Tumblr blog post. And I think it actually really suits her personality. She looks really great in the pantsuit, and I gave her some heels. The pantsuit is kind of black in the bodice and then has red pant legs. That was a really weird way of describing an outfit. Anyway, and with the heels, I think it actually came together really nicely. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. For Usagi, Ami, and Rei, the hairs that I used were actually created, I think, by the same creator, which is Sam Mandy, and I'm so thankful to all of the creators of the custom content that I've used in this video, because without them, especially the hairs, I wouldn't have been able to make this household. For some reason, I was super lucky and I found custom content hair that fit every single one of these characters. And you will see that the one that I have for Minako is also very accurate, and she came out so adorable. I think she's probably my favorite sim. But I'm gonna talk about her more later when she's actually on screen. Rei was actually kind of the harder ones to create for me personally because I wasn't completely sure of how I wanted her personality to shine through and how I wanted to dress her, so it took me a bit longer than the other ones. But I think in the end I actually managed to capture her essence. Continuing with Makoto, the fun fact is actually that the hair that I found that I'm using on her is the one that sparked the entire idea for this CAS video. It's a side ponytail, you'll see in a second here, and I saw that and I immediately thought that would look great on Makoto in a realistic kind of Sailor Moon Sims CAS video. And that's how this whole video actually came to be. I have to say that Makoto's outfits are probably my favorite out of the whole lot, along with Usagi's. They're kind of urban and tomboyish, which I think really fits her personality. I say that about every single one of these, but it's true, I hope. And the way I combine them and the way that they suit her character is something that I'm quite happy about. Out of all of the Sims in this specific household, Makoto's probably one that I'm least happy about, and who, I know I said that Rei was the hardest to create, but I think in hindsight, Makoto's actually the hardest one that I created, because I'm not particularly happy with how she looks actually, because like I wasn't sure how to translate her personality on the actual Sim. Sailor Jupiter and Sailor Saturn are actually my favorite Sailor Senshi. And I used to love her when I was a young girl watching the Sailor Moon series. But for some reason, when I was in CAS and I was trying to mold her and edit her and bring her to life, it's just, I feel like her face doesn't quite fit her personality as much as maybe the others do. Like, for the others especially, I think like Minako's actually my favorite one, I said that before, but just the way that she came out and how she was created, I think she looks so cute, and I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I think I kind of nailed her. I mean, you may disagree, that's fine. But Makoto really, I don't know, I don't know what happened, it was hard to put to paper what I had envisioned what she would look like, if that even makes sense. I mean, it's not that I think she's a bad Sim. I just think that maybe if I grinded it out a little bit more, I could have done a slightly better job at making her look more individual. I mean, she's still cute, she's still pretty. I just don't think, like, if you look at her outside of her school uniform, you're not necessarily immediately gonna think, yeah, that's Makoto Kino. You know what I mean? Something that I should mention, aside from the custom content disclaimer that I put out earlier, is that their hairstyles are all the same throughout all of the different outfit categories. So even the sleep and the bathing suit outfits have the same hair all throughout. And that has one specific reason, simply because I wasn't sure what hair I should put in place of what they usually would wear. So I know, for example, Usagi has her hair down, but she has very, very long hair, and there's not a lot of MAXIS Match custom content out there, first of all, of that length of hair, and also that has bangs. And yes, there are accessory bangs and stuff, but I didn't want to clutter the CAS with more unnecessary custom content items that you can just pick yourself. So if you decide that it's a little bit ridiculous for the characters to have ponytails and twin tails for their sleepwear, I totally understand you. I'm with you on that. You can, if you have fitting custom content, you can just go and pick that and slap that on and just go about your day and play it that way. That's completely fine. It's kind of the same with, it's similar reasons for their hairstyles and the little details like the earrings and stuff, and the eye colors as well. For a lot of these things I needed to make stylistic choices because, well, in the anime, I mean, Usagi's hair is pretty much just bright yellow, right up in there, and I didn't think that would fit very well, so I decided to go for more of like a muted blonde. And a lot of the eyes colors are also not entirely consistent throughout the 90s anime, the Sailor Moon Crystal reboot, and probably even the manga. So a lot of it was seeing what I had, like what options I had to pick from and what I think looked the best. So if you don't agree, you can, you know, make your own stylistic choices. I have linked the custom content eyes that I've used, which, by the way, I'm in love with. Thank you, Samantha, you're amazing. But yeah, if you've downloaded the eyes, you can go and like click through the options, or even the hair. Like, I mean, do whatever suits you. If you want to slap bright neon yellow hair on Usagi, do your thing, chicken wing. That being said, in a couple of seconds, we're actually on to the last sim remaining in this video, which is Mamoru Chiba. And let me just tell you, okay, it's a known fact, Everyone knows, my friends know, I know, I'm not the greatest at creating male sims. Okay, you don't have to tell me, I'm aware. They all look very, very feminine, which is kind of ironic because that's kind of like the type that I go for IRL. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, he came out a little bit more feminine than I would have liked. But honestly, he looks pretty feminine even in the manga and the anime. And it was, you know, it's a shoujo. It's just the style of the story, you know? But finding a hair that actually fits him was kind of hard. I mean, I think in the end, the hair that I found that I put on him is really, really good. Like, it fits him pretty much perfectly. The only thing that I think would have been better is if it was a bit more straight, because I think his hair is a bit straighter in the actual anime/manga. But they were all wearing kind of like this poofy bangs hairstyle, so yeah, it's a bit more wavy, but I think in the end, like even with the parting in the middle of the bangs, it's like, it fits perfectly, pretty much. If you can see past the slightly more waviness, then I think it's a pretty good hair that matches him fairly well. In the end, I think I created a nice and cohesive cast of Sailor Moon characters, and I hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy having them in your game and playing with them and creating your own stories about them. I think my favorite part of playing The Sims 4 is actually like character cast creation, or cast character creation, that way around. That and interior designing. I have the most fun doing that. I play less actual Let's Plays than I do cast characters and interior designing for houses that I download. But yeah, when you download them, don't forget, once again, to check include custom content. And don't forget the Luna and Artemis household that I made as cats, so you can play with them along with the Sailor Moon characters. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye!